Today's video is powered by Dollar Shave Club. Hey guys, Jonathan here with TLD. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day or night whenever you may be watching this. And today we are talking iPhone 6. And one would think iPhone, the number 6, that logically this would be the 6th iPhone. But nope, Apple gave us not one crap about making sense. Believe it or not, this is actually the 9th iPhone. Now I know there's gonna be that one guy, or maybe it's a girl, and I'm talking to you, that's gonna argue with me. But we gotta go way back to the original iPhone, which was followed by the iPhone 3G, then the 3GS, then the 4, then the 4S, then the 5, then the 5C, which you probably forgot about, and then of course the 5S, which makes 8, and then the iPhone 6, which of course would make the 9th iPhone, which for me is a little crazy to think about in the sense that we are now approaching the 9th iteration of the iPhone. So the combination of how quickly time has gone by along with how far technology has advanced, to me equals Now I'm sure by now for most of you who have even remotely been following the internet have probably seen the leaked iPhone 6 dummy mockup, which has flooded YouTube, it's flooded the tech blogs, and it points us to a larger 4.7-inch next generation iPhone. So vamping off that, there are things we can more than likely expect with the next iPhone, but at the same time, I think we've gotten to this point in technology where there's no surprise anymore. Every single thing gets leaked, and we're all kind of like that kid who peeked at its presents the night before, and there's just no surprise element for us anymore. So because of that, I want to do a top 5 features wish list, and what that means is it can include things that we will more than likely see like I talked about, and it can also include things that we may never see, but the point of that is it's something that I want to see and it's my wish list. So feel free to let me know your wish list, as crazy or as realistic as they may be. And I'm gonna kick number 5 off with something that kind of got discussed last year pre-iPhone 5S with all the Touch ID sensors, and that is LED notifications in the Touch ID fingerprint reader, aka the home button. Now, like I just mentioned, this is all speculation and rumors pre-iPhone 5S. It kind of died down after it didn't happen. I personally forgot about it, and recently Mr. Marquez MKBHD tweeted about it, and it kind of rekindled my geek love for the idea of having that. Anybody who's used anything outside of an iPhone can agree with me that LED notifications, or a lack thereof on the iPhone, aren't very good at all. So imagine if Apple was able to implement not only LED notifications, but also color coordinated ones as well. If you were to get a text or an iMessage that would blink green, maybe an email would be blue. Simple voicemail or a phone call could be white, but that could vary off the pulse pattern on the LED. So to me, there could be a ton of opportunity and potential with this, but unfortunately, I think this is one of those features on my wish list that more than likely won't happen. So jumping into number 4, I'm gonna kind of sandwich 2 things together because they really go hand in hand. That is solar charging and a better battery. Now obviously solar charging is not a sure bet by any means, but there have been reports of Apple's upcoming sapphire crystal technology that if it's built into the screen, in addition to resisting scratches, it'll also have solar charging capability built right into the screen. So what that would mean, obviously if you're in daylight or even an adequate amount of light where you can get that absorbed into the screen, at the very least, even if you're not getting a full charge out of it, maybe it's even combating the battery discharge, so that way you're not losing battery life throughout the day. Because for me, and I think most of you would agree, in terms of how far technology has advanced with smartphones, battery life just hasn't caught up there yet. So far to me, the biggest advancement in battery life in terms of technology was back with the 2013 MacBook Air release. Those suckers jumped like 4 or 5 hours with a generation. And we really haven't seen something that drastic in terms of a smartphone. Usually they maybe go an hour or they stay the same but increase the power. So we really haven't seen advancements in that regard. So at the end of the day, will we see solar charging capabilities built into the next iPhone? I think just like the LED notifications, it is possible, but more than likely not probable, so I would not bet on it. At the very least though, I do want to see a better battery life, period, and thumbs up if you guys agree. So jumping into number 3, and for me, that is NFC to finally come to the iPhone. I know this is gonna be a touchy subject because it's been on Android for so long and even other Windows devices. In no way, shape, or form is it gonna be innovative or revolutionary, even though Apple might call it that. But the good thing is, when Apple does something, it becomes more widely adopted, and then it will then open the doors for everybody else. Right now, NFC payments really aren't widely accepted, and they are possible, but a lot of people really don't use them or even feel comfortable using them. If Apple can implement this, make it secure, make people feel more comfortable using it, and make it more widely adopted, I think everybody wins. And whether you love Apple or hate Apple, I think you can agree with that. I've read reports that the NFC chip will be separate, much like we saw on the M7 coprocessor on the iPhone 5S, so that actually worked out really well, and I hope it will do the same in terms of NFC technology for the smartphone market as a whole. So moving up the list and throwing deuces at you, number 2 for me would be sapphire crystal technology. And you might be thinking, wait, we already talked about that. And that was actually in regards to the possibilities of solar charging, whereas now I'm talking about the implementation into the actual smartphone screen. I think most of you, alongside with what we talked about the batteries, would also agree that in terms of smartphone advancements, actual durability really isn't quite cut up there either. I don't care if you're talking about the iPhone, the Galaxy S5, the HTC One M8, the Nexus 5, whatever you're talking about, if you drop your phone right, it's gonna break or even scratch. Sapphire crystal is the second hardest material to scratch, literally right behind diamond. So for us as smartphone users, that would obviously be a tremendous benefit in terms of durability and anti-scratch. The problem with this though, however, is the way Apple set themselves up with the Sapphire technology. This is not something that's going to benefit the smartphone market as a whole. They've been able to drive the prices down, which is good for them, but they've also at the same time kind of locked it down to where they're going to be the only ones that have this technology. I guess in the sense that it might drive other manufacturers to improve upon what they have or even copy and make something similar. It might be good in that sense, but in the meantime, I think this is something that you're only going to see on iPhone devices, at least for the immediate future. So coming in at number 1, and I think there need not be a drum roll for this because the consensus agrees, we all want a bigger screen on the next iPhone. There has also been rumors and speculation of a larger 5.5-inch model, but to this day we still have not seen any concrete proof or evidence of that. For me, anywhere between 4.7 and 5 inches is the ideal smartphone screen size. I really enjoyed it with the original HTC One. I enjoy it now on the M8. I enjoyed it on the Galaxy S4. And of course, I enjoy it on the Galaxy S5. Now don't get me wrong, having something along the lines of the Galaxy Note 3 in terms of that screen size is awesome, but for me, once you get into that territory, it makes you want to move towards a tablet. So for me, I think a 5.5-inch iPhone would be a little too big and probably push me towards an iPad mini, and I think the 4.7-inch iPhone would be the ideal sweet spot for me. Screen sizes aside though, the interesting part to me is what will the resolution on the next generation iPhone be? 9to5 Mac, and I use them because they are probably the most bang on in terms of Apple rumors, is reporting that the next iPhone will boast a resolution of 960 by 1704. And actually my good buddy Dom over at MacMixing, who also works for 9to5 Mac, created a simulation of what iOS would look like on a 4.7-inch display. Now based off Apple's track record in terms of scaling on apps and things like that, this seems to make most sense. I'll be the first to admit I would love a super dense, ridiculously high resolution screen, but I don't think that's gonna happen, and I think this is more likely. At the very least though, a bigger screen, super crazy resolution or not, is welcome to me because it just makes the smartphone experience much more enjoyable. We live in a world where we consume on our smartphones. So whether it's Netflix, Instagram, or you're playing games, the bigger your smartphone screen is, to me, the more enjoyable it is. For those who did catch my HTC One M8 impressions video, you guys saw that for me, one of the most enjoyable experiences on a smartphone is to watch basketball. I'm on the go a lot, so I'm not always able to be in front of a TV or catch it real time. So to be able to catch up and watch it on a bigger screen smartphone experience, that is super enjoyable for me. So I'm sure by the hat you guys can guess I am a Bulls fan, so definitely take it easy on me. They got eliminated by the Washington Wizards, and I've been getting crap non-stop from my friends.
Hey John,
Yeah.
I heard your Bills lost.
What you mean, the Bulls?
Yeah, that's what I said. You gonna cry about it?
You don't even watch basketball.
Like on the internet. Look, I just wanna make sure you're not gonna have another one of your post-Steve Jobs Apple fanboyism moments on us again.
After what you did last time, I'm still having nightmares.
But come on, seriously, was that not the closest shave you've ever had before?
Even if it was, and it was, that's still nasty.
I don't know, man, you look like you're rocking a little bit more than a 5 o'clock shadow there. Are you sure I can't help clean you up?
Trust me, brother, I'm positive. They're only a couple bucks a month. I have my own on its way.
Your loss.
So I think we can agree buying razors sucks. You gotta go to the store, you gotta talk to people, and then you dish out way too much money for shave tech you don't even need. Fortunately, Dollar Shave Club is doing away with that craziness, and they make it stupid simple. For a few bucks a month, Dollar Shave Club ships killer razors and other bathroom goodness to your door. One Wipe Charlie's anybody? They tingle, in a good way. They also have Dr. Carver's Easy Shave Butter, which I really enjoyed. I have sensitive skin, but they use badass soothing ingredients to make your shave buttery smooth. So shave time, shave money. Join now at dollarshaveclub.com/TLD. Make sure to use that link so they know we sent you. You guys can jump on a fantastic deal that I have no problem recommending, and you guys can help support the channel at the same time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you did and you are feeling like being awesome, make sure to hit that like button. Definitely try to have some fun. and also only support things that I truly believe in. For those of you guys who are still watching for a chance to win a $50 iTunes card or Amazon card, your choice, leave me a comment with what you want to see most on the iPhone 6. Aside from that, if you guys have not subscribed, definitely feel free to do that. You can click right here, or I'll have a link down below. That way, once the iPhone 6 does come out, you will not miss out on the coverage. Again, this is Jonathan with TLD. If you guys have any tech questions, definitely drop me a line down below. I do try my best to reply to as many questions as I possibly can, but it does get a little cumbersome with YouTube and Google+. So the best way to get a hold of me is on Twitter at TLD Today. That is linked down below, along with the gear that I use to make these videos. Apart from that, thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you guys later.